Sony Santa Monica, give us another chance.
Yay!
They're gonna rebalance the game with all the characters. They gave us the free costumes, with more on the way.
Yes, costumes!
And they're listening to all of us on balance changes.
Yay!
And today we're going to be discussing the goody two-shoes from infamous G.Cole McGrath. Now I'm your host, Smash and Crash.
I am your co-host, Protonic Shadow.
Vizionary 2012.
And Lord Thesaus.
And with that, let's begin. So, Lord Thesaus and Visionary. Where do you think G.Cole stands on the tier list, and are there any noticeable matchups?
Currently, where Cole is on the tier list, he is marginally below Raiden at the top of top tier. He has no outright bad MUs, and it's kind of like the opposite of Radic, where he'll either win the MU or go even. His worst matchups being Fat Princess and Raiden at 55-45, both in the opposition favor. Cole's strong points come from his ability to gain AP at distance. He's also very combo heavy, and he has a plethora of confirms with little to no risk.
I think you just told us why he's so powerful, so I guess let's move on to balancing his moves. Let's start off with his square moves. His amp combo. His neutral square. What would you change about this, guys?
The neutral square is a controversial topic because it has a crumple animation, and unlike Evil Cole, where it's a straight eject, that can lead to anything from 45 to I think 165 AP confirm. It's also random and safe on block. For a character that has as much zoning tools that Cole does and escape option that Cole does, this is kind of overkill. So what I would do is completely remove the crumple animation. You could still have the jab, or the jab animation actually, but just remove the crumple effect.
You just want to remove all the ambiguity in the move. Because getting that, the crumple relies on luck, not skill. Yeah, you want it to be complete skill in your control.
Yeah. But I'm against anything that's inherently random.
Also, for the crumple version, you would also have to make it unsafe on block, because currently, as it stands, it is safe on block.
Yeah, make it safe on block, but in addition, I would decrease the startup frames. Not so much that it is as fast as Dante's jab, but a successful read would, give you a successful punish, and not a significant amount of reward, because Cole's strong point should lie in his zoning ability, so it should just be keep away move, you can get back to zoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't get much reward for it, so I think that's fair.
Do you agree, Lord Theseus?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything. He's more of a mid-range type of melee character, so I personally don't feel he should have such a high reward for
luck, essentially.
For close-range melee that is random. I agree with removing the crumple that can making his jab string similar, well, just like Evil Cole's current jab string.
Okay.
Especially since it's complete pure luck what the crumple is.
Yeah.
Hi crumple. Whatever. Let's move on to his suicide square. His grind. What would you change about this? If you guys don't know, there are 3 options. There's stop, headbutt, and
Gigawatt Blade.
Blades. Yeah. I think Cole's grind is fine as is. All options are useful. I would maybe decrease the amount of hit stun that the shoulder leap gives. Again, that's very similar to the crumple, and that can lead to anywhere from say 35 AP to 90 AP confirms. So what I would like to do is implement some kind of skill factor to it. Not make it brain dead. So just decrease the amount of hit stun that it has on the shoulder. I wouldn't touch. The gigawatt blades and the grind cancel are fine as is.
Do you agree, Lord Thesaus?
To be honest, I really have no opinion on the shoulder tackle.
Yeah, I mean, like, the amount of hit stun it causes and how low it can get you is just, I don't know. Because you can ice ball into headbutt, and that's a GG confirm. So.
Actually, another change to it I would do is drop the hitbox, because as it stands, there's certain characters, Toro, Sackboy, the shorter cast that if Cole freezes them, he can't follow up with a shoulder leap. He blazes right over them. So I'd lower the hitbox and also make it more consistent, because what I've realized is that on certain, when a character is facing one side, the shoulder leap will hit if they're frozen. But if their character is facing the next way, their frozen animation makes it so that where he would hit normally is kind of removed from visuals, and with that being removed from visuals, it doesn't connect with the shoulder leaps. I'd make that more consistent as well.
The hitbox just make it more consistent. Is that it for his grind? No other changes that you guys would suggest?
No, I think as it stands, Cole's grind is in a good place. No more changes.
I was just asking because, you know.
Yeah.
I may be forgetting something. But, yeah, let's go on to his air side square, which is his tether. Probably one of his most hated moves.
Again, I think the tether is in a good place. People have issues with its range. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I think it's fine as it is. The active hitbox is also fine as it is.
So you really wouldn't change anything?
Yeah, I wouldn't change much, because with the nerfs to his melee options, it would kind of place emphasis on his zoning tools, and he wouldn't be as dangerous up close, which would make the tether null and void, because a whiffed tether from anywhere between half a square to maybe 4, I believe, to 4 squares is punishable from anything between grab to raw super. Some characters have supers fast enough that they can fire it off and Cole can't do anything about it. So I think the tether is fine as it is.
From max range, it is safe, right?
Yeah, well, for the most part, yes. It's still, you can still punish it depending on the character, their super, or how high Cole jumps, because I mean from double jump height, if Cole whiffs a tether and say Radic has a level 1, he can fire it off and Cole can't do anything about it. It's very character dependent. So from max range at least.
So basically, this move, it's not bad. It's not overpowering. People just don't realize how to deal with it.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Raiden's flip kick, I believe, when BC and Dan were talking about it in the podcast. A lot of people want the move itself nerfed off to hell, but it's actually punishable in all reality. No, but yeah, from the right range, it's
people just don't know how to deal with it yet.
And because what really makes it such of an issue is because jumping is such a powerful tool in this game, and with the active hitbox, people try to circumvent any landing lag their moves have by short hopping a lot. And what happens is, because of the active hitbox, they'll sometimes dodge early or dodge late and still get hit by the tether. I mean, it isn't something wrong with the move per se. It's fine as it is, in my opinion, at least. It's just how the game has evolved.
It's not Cole's fault.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm fine with the range that it has. Like, I know a lot of people complain about that the range needs a nerf. I personally think the range is fine. The only slight issue I have with it is actually the end hitbox of the tether. I do think that it needs to be just a little bit smaller, not too much to where it completely just makes the move.
Well, if you guys remember from the previous patch, it was buffed, the hitbox. It got bigger.
So you just want to bring it back down.
Yeah, I want to bring it back down because I've seen like multiple times where the tether will hit the opponent, especially like when they're below them, and the little end part of the tether, that little ball part, it won't even be anywhere near the opponent, but yet it'll still tether them and allow for full combos on Cole.
Maybe make the actual hitbox that you see more accurate. You know?
You see, the problem with that was the reason that they had buffed it initially, along with some of Cole's other moves, was that the same short characters like Toro, Sackboy, you couldn't hit them with the tether. Like, even if you were to thrust us down to the max or the least minimum height that you could tether from, the tether would go over their head. So I mean, that was, at least in my opinion, the reason they had buffed it in the first place, because they did the same thing to Cole's Gigawatt Blades. Previously, Cole could use it, and Toro, you know the usual shortcast, it would fly straight over their heads.
So, do you feel that the hitbox should stay the same?
Yeah, I should think it should stay the same. It's probably the lesser of two evils. I mean, it's either you keep it the same or you remove his ability to combo certain characters. So.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, since we are taking away some things from G.Cole, like level 1 confirms, since, that's what makes him really so strong.
Yeah.
Let's move on to his other square moves. His Thunder Drop, his down square. Is there anything you would change about this move?
Nah, I think it's in a good place. I would leave it as is.
Lord Thesaus?
I personally think the full jump height down square should cause the same effect as Evil Cole's.
So it wouldn't be like a butt drop effect.
Yeah, because Cole players right now they can easily do the Thunder Drop from full height, still cause a butt drop or the full combo. I personally think that.
Isn't that random? Or
no, the full jump one is a butt drop from double jump height or say like ice jump height. That's the only time it actually causes that eject.
So make the eject more consistent.
Yeah, and if the Cole player wants the butt drop effect, I think they should have to commit to the short hop version of it, not just use the full.
Yeah, not doing the full height of it.
Yeah.
So make it like Evil Cole's, where from just really like a bit higher state, it causes an eject.
Yeah.
So Viz, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I agree with that. On one note, with Cole's Thunder Drop, there are two versions of it. Aside from the short hop one, there are two versions of it that cause the butt drop. One is it's just a bit over short hop. It gives you the little electricity at the side of each side of Cole, and that is combo. That is not punishable. As in, if you do not block it, if you don't block it, you can follow up with a combo. A little bit higher from that, it causes the same effect, but you can block it. Right. So it's very dependent on that, and then a little bit higher from that, it gives that eject, which is why it may appear inconsistent, because there are two heights that cause the same butt drop. One is punishable, or one is you can follow up with one, you can't follow up with the other.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Is that all for his Thunder Drop?
Yeah, as in, if I'm in accordance with Thesaus, I would just completely remove those two instances and just make it more consistent, because a lot of it is very high dependent, and he already has the short up version and the max height version. He should choose to give one of the two either full butt drop or the same eject as it is, or remove both of them completely.
I think we should move on to his last square move, which is his up square. Probably his most unseen move ever.
I think it only serves as a combo extender. I mean, on the ground, it has a bit of a recovery. You can't really do much combo because of the hitboxes. It's pretty small. Currently, as it stands, there isn't any reason to use it outside of finishing a combo. And it's not as if increasing the increasing the hitbox of it would make it any better, because you increase the hitbox, you would still have the recovery. You decrease the recovery and you increase the hitbox, you probably give him a confirm that he never intended to. So, I mean, I think it's fine the way it is.
You don't want to take chances.
Yeah, I don't want to. Since we're all about promoting balance, making things more on a level playing field, I don't want to take a chance and touch something that is alright as it is and either just completely mess up the balance of the character.
So you feel that it serves its job well?
Yeah, it's fine as it is.
How about you, Lord Thesaus?
Yeah, I agree. It's basically just a combo extender, so I think it's fine just the way it is.
Alright. So I believe that is all the square moves, if I'm correct. Let's move on to his triangle moves. His neutral triangle, which is the lightning bolts. So,
Cole's neutral triangle covers about half the distance of PM1. It gives a little stun if 5 balls hit in a short space of time, and it gives you, assuming all of them connect, or even 3 of them, and you get that stun, it gives Cole about half his meter currently. What I would do is drop the frames that it's at the moment. They increased it since the last patch, so I would drop it maybe half up 2 frames, so that you would find a useful middle ground between what it was previously and where it is now, and probably decrease the duration that it's at by maybe a square. Removal of 1 square of its maximum distance along with the previous change is fine.
I was kind of confused there. I thought you said duration, reduce the duration by a square. Did you mean distance?
Yeah, my apologies. Reduce the distance it travels by a square.
Alright. Reduce the distance by a square, and what was it? Change the startup?
Yeah. Currently, I think they buffed it by, I believe, 4 frames, sorry. I would drop it or decrease it by 2, because previously it wasn't that bad of a move. It had its uses, but now Cole can completely outzone characters with 1 move. I mean, and again, that falls into what makes him so powerful, because from half of PM1 there is probably 3 characters that can really punish that or do anything to counter it.
Yeah. Also, this move gains 5 AP each hit. Right?
5 AP each ball. I mean, and with his meter currently standing at 125, he'll gain his level 1 in no time. I mean, make it more punishable by dropping decreasing in the length of distance that it has, and increasing the startup times by 2 frames.
Yeah, full screen poking, man. That's quite a bit. How about you, Lord Thesaus? Any thoughts on this?
Nah, I pretty much agree with everything Vizionary said.
Let's move on to the side triangle, which is his sticky grenades. Oh man. So, Viz, what are your thoughts on balancing this move?
I think it's fine as it is. There isn't really much wrong with it. A useful tool, you can apply pressure with it, control space minimally, follow up with grabs, the standard stuff. It isn't.
How do you feel about this move being able to confirm into level 1?
As it stands, sticky grenade confirms are rare. I mean, and assuming you take the correct spacing as someone fighting Cole, it's probably never going to happen. One of the reasons it may be an issue, because a lot of Cole's inconsistencies and glitches are heavily netcode based, so you'll probably roll and dodge it only to get drawn back into a super. You'll memorize the time or get a feel of the time that it should explode, and you'll dodge it preemptively only to get hit by the explosion that you should have dodged.
But it's still possible nonetheless.
Yeah. So as in, assuming no lag or minimal lag, it's fine as it is. I wouldn't change it.
I guess just a thing that maybe should be addressed in terms of lag, because this game is famous for its lag. But yeah, Lord Thesaus, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. His sticky grenades are fine the way they are.
Alright, let's move on to his other triangle move. Down triangle. There's Alpha Blast. So Viz, take it away.
It doesn't it doesn't pose much of a problem to anyone. It's a good a move that causes a good flinch. You can follow up with freeze rocket if you're fast enough. It serves no purpose in terms of comboing, as in you could end combos with it, but that's purely out of your choice. I mean, it's not optimization. You could end up doing a different move and get more AP.
Yeah, I really never understood the use of that move.
Yeah, it has someone suggested that we give it the ability to reflect projectiles, but I don't think.
No, I don't.
For one thing, being able to reflect projectiles at will, why? Something like Parappa, sure, but like, do you know how? The thing is, like, do you know how fast G.Cole's Alpha Blast is?
It's pretty fast. It's pretty quick, and I don't think any character should have the ability to absorb as well as reflect projectiles. That's overkill.
Yeah, that would make him really good, like against zoners or anyone with projectiles.
You would pretty much shut down almost every zoner in this game.
Yeah, that's overkill. I mean, it's in a good place right now, and again, it's just the design of the move that I don't see what we could do to it without making it either useless or broken. As in, maybe you could increase the AP it gives by.
That's what I was thinking. Just give it
maybe
more AP.
The thing is, it's a flinch move. It's pretty quick. Like, I don't know if it should build like a lot of AP.
How much does it build right now?
10.
10? Oh.
Yeah, it currently gives 10 AP.
Maybe like 15 or something like that.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Just a little more. Because I feel like a move like that's kind of useless.
Yeah, it doesn't serve much purpose. I mean, yeah. So increase to 15 AP would be welcome.
All right.
Do you agree, Lord Thesaus?
I'm sort of iffy on the slight AP gain. I've never really thought about.
I mean, I guess it has a.
Because I mean, it's not useful as far as AP gain, but it is a useful tool as far as destroying land traps and covering your land.
It is very useful at that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's its true purpose.
It makes certain matchups which were previously well against Cole in his favor. So any character that has any landmine or consistent space control tools, so like Sackboy's bounce pad, his shock pad,
and even Isaac's mine.
Any mine, even Ratchet's Tesla spike. You can use it to destroy all of those, and because the move is so quick, it doesn't provide any kind of. It's not that punishable. You fire it off, you can get back to whatever you were doing, and you have destroyed whatever it is that was controlling space.
I mean, all it does is a flinch, and it's generally quick.
And I guess you could use it for like resets.
Yeah, that's what it's being used for too.
So. Yeah, I mean, I've never really understood the purpose of it, but I think I have a general idea now. So yeah, I don't think it should be changed. That's just my opinion, and doesn't mean too much.
Yeah, I've always thought like it's in a good place, I think. But
yeah, it can stay as is.
But yeah, both you and Theseus think that nothing should be changed.
Yeah, it can stay as is.
Okay.
It's a useful utility tool.
Okay.
His last triangle move, his up triangle, his redirect rockets. Any changes to this that you would make?
No, I think it's fine. Again, it's useful zoning tool. It isn't overpowered per se. You can dodge it fairly easily. It's in a good place as it is. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, I'd say the rocket's fine. Just like this.
Alright, I agree. How about you, Smash?
I mean, I don't know. Well, personally, I don't like the redirect rocket because when you shoot it up, you kind of like. It's very good at like taking out close range people. Like with Parappa, it's really hard to approach G.Cole because of the redirect rocket.
Though you have to take it out and then hit you with lightning bolts.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I feel like you're kind of shutting those characters who have to get in down.
But actually, because you have to use a bolt, you can actually send the redirect rocket back at Cole. Like, For any character,
It's not exactly easy to reflect, especially with Parappa, because
It's still possible, though.
it's possible, but it's not entirely practical.
yeah. I mean, so as in, I think it's in a good place.
Okay.
How about you, Lord Thesaus? Do you agree with this?
Yeah. The rocket's fine where it is.
Alright, let's move on to the last of his moves, his dreaded circle moves. So, let's start off with his neutral circle, which is his frost shield.
I think this move is probably the most that needs work from Cole, because as it stands, offline it works perfectly. Well, I guess everything does offline. Online it is glitchy. It does not work. It doesn't absorb things that it should. It sometimes absorbs stuff that it should and then gives the opponent AP. It's really glitchy. And again, this is largely down to netcode. I mean, so I can't really go out of my way to say tweak this or tweak that, because
But balance wise,
yeah. What I would do is decrease the startup and the recovery on it from double jump height. And I'm not sure if many people know this, but from double jump height, if Cole uses the frost shield, it's worse in recovery than the tether. It's more punishable than the tether, and that's actually what has reshaped the Sackboy Cole MU, because previously, if Sackboy were to camp in a corner, shoot projectiles, all Cole would do is take out the shield, absorb it, and Sack would be flustered. What Sackboys have started to do, especially with the relatively recent discovery of his triple his triple U1 grab burst, is they've sent out Jam, which for some reason Cole absorbs maybe 50% of the time, use it as bait, and then Cole gets no AP out of it, gets the flinch from the Jam, and then Sackboy follows up with grab burst. So I mean, decrease the startup and the recovery, and generally just allow it to absorb things that it should. I mean,
It's really just an online glitch, right?
Yeah, it is. I would also allow him to be able to hold it.
I mean, that seems quite a lot. That's quite a bit of buffs.
Hold it.
But the thing, most of the again,
But would it still be punishable if you just hold it?
it wouldn't be increasing it to the point that Cole could use it without fear of punishment. It's just to decrease it to how punishable the tether is. Because as it stands, even if you can absorb AP, there would be no reason to use it, because you'd get the max. You'd get what is 30 AP from whichever character that nets that amount with projectiles. So like Radic Sniper, if you absorb it, that's 30 AP. But for most matchups where it should have some use, it doesn't, just because of the sheer of how punishable it is as it stands. So it wouldn't be a decrease so much that it is the be all and end all of all zoning versus Cole, but so much so that it gives it some use.
I mean, I don't know too much about Cole, but I mean, I guess it kind of seems reasonable.
Offline, I do know this thing can absorb all of AK's bullets run and gun.
Yeah, it absorbs everything from AK, jam, to even items. Even items like killer bees, you can absorb. Most projectiles you can absorb, apart from the few that act as physical projectiles like Nariko's rocket and Sly's clock. Most of the projectiles you can absorb.
I'm just curious, Smash. Can Zeus hold his absorber?
Alright, so balance that out, I would make it like Sir Daniel's shield. That it only absorbs a certain amount of AP within a given time frame. And after
with
that,
Sir Dan's shield, it only takes 3 hits, and that's it. 3 projectiles. But I understand what you're saying. You want to give it like an AP limit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that would be fair.
Yeah.
So,
Do you agree, Lord Theseus?
Let's see. I agree with the AP limit. I disagree with the ability to hold it.
Okay.
Right now he can already hold it for a short amount of time. I don't feel like he should be able to hold it for almost however long he wants to.
I kind of agree with you there because okay, I guess I can mention Zeus now. Zeus can't hold that. He can't absorb forever. He has a certain time limit.
if he were to be if G.Cole, a zoner, were to be the only person to be able to do that, that would be kind of.
Oh, I thought you meant like what things he could absorb. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean like how long he can hold the shield.
Oh yeah, yeah. Characters like Zeus, he can only hold it for like a short amount of time. He can't hold it forever.
Are there any other characters that has this ability?
Other than Sir Dan, I really can't think of any.
Yeah.
I could do away with that change. Yeah, I could see how it would be removed. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you were to hold it out forever, you'd shut out a lot of zoning options.
Well, remember that the change I had suggested with the AP limit would make it null and void after a certain amount of after it crosses a certain threshold. But I can agree with removing the ability to hold it.
Maybe extending the time a little bit might help. But
Yeah, that's fine. Since most projectiles are quick anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That I'm okay with.
I think that's fair. So is that it for his frost shield?
But hold on, do you agree with that, Lord Theseus? Just a little bit longer,
A little.
or do you think that's that's too much still?
I don't know. Like I said, it's tough because I already feel like the shield serves its purpose outside of the known online glitches that it has.
Okay.
And I personally feel the duration of it is fine just the way it is.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Alright.
I don't feel it needs to be any longer. Or else it almost make him like a zoning character with anti-zoning tools, which is stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, that'd make him pretty good.
But he still has it. So, let's see. Is that it for his frost shield, guys?
Yeah. General.
Alright.
Sweet.
I was saying I personally think it's in a good place outside of the idea of giving it an AP.
Yeah. I mean, Viz wants like what were your Viz changes, Viz?
Oh, outside of the glitches, I was suggesting that you decrease the startup and recovery. Well, at least the recovery of the aerial version, because the ground version is fine. And even the startup on the aerial version is fine, but the recovery is ridiculous.
Like, what do you mean? Like, ridiculous as in it's quick?
No, the recovery is too slow. It's less punishable than a tether. Oh no, sorry, more punishable than a tether. And because when he's falling, he has this kind of slow down animation, like when Isaac shoots his bowlers, or when Zeus tries to absorb anything. And even if Cole were to stop holding the shield and let go of circle, he still has that weird fall animation. So I mean, even after he let it go.
I mean, Zeus has the exact same thing.
I mean, if the Cole player is stupid enough to use the shield like not properly and then fall for the trap, I feel they deserve to get punished.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright,
So did we cover Frost Shield?
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to his side circle, which is his freeze rocket. The snowball!
The move that makes him really good.
I think this is one of the moves that makes Cole, puts him over the top. The distance it travels is 6 squares. From that distance, you can land it, walk up with Cole's regular walking animation, and confirm from that distance. It serves as a pressure tool that you can throw continuously.
How long do they stay frozen exactly?
I don't know the exact frames for it. I have no idea. But
like a time, like a few seconds.
Well, Viz,
Like-
you were talking about how like you could still freeze them if you could grind past them.
Yeah, I think that the way Cole was intended to play, the freeze should act as a follow-up to combos, not confirms. Right? And where the freeze rocket is at, you can freeze from that distance, grind past them, and they'll still be in the freeze animation. Where and now the timing for the walk-up confirm from that distance is pretty stiff. So what this says to me is that if you decrease the frames that the person stays active in freeze, you'd remove the confirm, but you'd still have his ability to.
So just shorten how long they're frozen.
Yeah, you'd still have the ability to combo, but you wouldn't have that walk-up confirm.
How about its range? You know, did you do anything to that?
6 squares seems pretty far.
Is this 6 PM 1 squares?
Yeah, 6 PM 1 squares.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 squares is about 3/4 the length of his tether. I personally think that should be reduced to about either a half or just a tiny bit more than a half of his tether.
Yeah, it's too much. It's far too much. Catches rolls, it catches, and the thing is, it trades with a lot of moves. So even if someone makes a successful read on Cole, that move will still come out and it will freeze him, and then both of you are reset. Cole gets away scot-free to whatever Cole wants, and you've dropped a potential confirm or combo opportunity because of the range of it. Again, as a zoner, I don't think Cole should be that good up close. 6 squares that you can throw them out rapidly. It's a bit too much. It's too much.
Not only that, I actually figured out you can reflect it and kill confirm off of it. But if you reflect the ice ball, Good Cole can just jump out of it. Like he's not gonna get hit.
Yeah, he doesn't have much recovery.
Yeah, the recovery's so small, and then when I reflect it, he can just dodge it. But most Coles don't really know about that, so.
I do.
Well, because most of them don't expect you to reflect it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I definitely think
once you learn the matchup more, they'll start to learn.
Yeah.
In accordance with that change, I would probably decrease. Well, I already touched on decreasing the freeze animation, but I'd also drop how many squares it travels to maybe 4, 3.5, because from that distance it is punishable. If someone blocks it up close, they can follow up with a successful read or punish up there.
What about adding recovery frames to it?
Yeah, I'd add a few frames of recovery as well. Maybe 2, maybe 3.
Okay. Change it to 4 squares as distance, or decrease it by 4 squares.
Change it to 3.
Change it to 4 squares that it traveled.
Right. That's right.
4 or 3.5, like you said. But
because again, the biggest issue with that move is from max distance, you can't punish it. Cole already has a plethora of zoning tools, and to have that move that he can throw rapidly, with no thought of being punished, leads to anywhere between 10 to 90 AP or 100 plus if you want to grab reset. It's too much. Too much for a zoner.
It's definitely a really good tool. It definitely needs to be nerfed heavily.
Please.
So,
but yeah.
So a quick recap of what you want to do. So, you want to nerf the time you're frozen.
Yeah.
You want to nerf the distance to about 3.5 to 4 PM 1 squares.
Yeah.
And you want to add more recovery frames to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would at least make Cole a bit more cerebral. You can still throw them out if you want to, but realize that you're gonna get punished for it.
It would make it less, spammable, and you can't just go scot-free doing it over it.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lord Thesaus, what do you think of this?
I pretty much agree with everything. I was possibly thinking about the idea of increasing the startup just a tad, but I think the increase to its recovery will probably make up for it.
Alright. So I think that's it for his snowball. So let's move on to his down circle, which is his ice block or ice barrier. Take it away.
The ice barrier, as it stands, is it's in a tricky place because again, I won't touch on the netcode issue till we hit glitches, but it confirms from Tether as well as Raw. It has a lasting hitbox that gives this weird breakout animation. So even if the initial move is blocked, or if you're in a hard knockdown and the ice block or ice barrier is done above you, upon get up, it will still have this weird breakout effect that causes you to flinch, kind of like the alpha wall.
So what you're saying is like even though Cole is hit, the ice block still comes out, right?
Yeah, it still comes out, and whereas it will give you probably more hit stun as Cole's opponent than what Cole would get.
And he can basically do like a hit stun confirm.
Yeah.
Kill. You can get a kill off of it, I believe, right?
Yeah, you can, because that move, it's really tricky handling it with because of the reset both you and Cole are given, assuming you trade. Cole will recover faster, and he can either follow up with another ice barrier or anything else, and you'll more than likely get killed, because where it leaves you is you're smack dab in the middle of the air, and you have no momentum going down or going up. So you will air dodge, and if he does another one, you'll get hit by the tip of it, and it's a confirm. Or if you get hit by the first one, trade with Cole, and then you'll air dodge again. He can follow up with Tether or any other punish that he chooses. So I mean, if I too were to work on changing it, I don't think I would really touch any of the startup or recovery, because again, that move first and foremost serves heavily to combo with. I mean, if you tweak it along with the change of decreased freeze rocket, chances are his combos may go out the window. But what I would remove is the how long it lasts.
The hitbox?
Yeah, remove the little breakout effect completely, and just allow for it to come out once. You miss it. That's it. No little breakouts.
So it's kind of like with Sly and Murray. If you hit Sly, Murray disappears.
Yeah.
You essentially just want to hit Cole, ice block disappears.
Yeah. And again, I guess a lot of it comes down to the net code and such, but even offline, the timing is tricky, but you can trade with Cole and still give it that hit stun. So I mean, just remove the little breakout effect that it has. I mean, the rest of the move as it stands is fine in my opinion.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just get rid of that lasting hitbox, and I think it'll be fine.
How about,
What about the hit stun on it?
yeah, the air version's hit stun.
Because that you can confirm off of the hit stun. Even on the ground, can't you confirm off of it?
Yeah, I know that you can confirm off of the ground, but I'm personally fine with that, but...
Yeah, I don't see how you would decrease the hit stun without messing with the combos, because you'd be decreasing the hit stun of the ice barrier, as well as decreasing or going along with the previous change of decreasing the duration of the freeze rocket. I don't know if
it's gonna be similar though to the freeze rocket.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'd be able to follow up with combos if both are decreased. Again, I don't. Other than that lasting hitbox, I really don't see any problem with it.
Like the thing about it is, I'm sure there's like a way you could combo from down circle into side circle if you time it right.
Yes.
Like just reduce the hit stun a little bit so that you can't confirm.
Yes.
But
The thing is, you can do air, ice barrier, into raw ice ball. You just have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of lame. It makes him too good.
Alright, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's fine because there's still a small window.
yeah. Just remove the hit stun so that you.
I mean, like,
can't
you can
level
still
one
combo off of it.
You
Like,
just can't kill confirm off of it.
yeah, I feel it's just too strong.
Yeah, kill confirming obviously take that away, but I don't mind it comboing into ice ball.
Well,
Or another something that could change that because like at their highest height, the highest height that there will be is like maybe above your head or around your head. You could reduce like the level 1 thing, like the level 1's range, but we can get into that later.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
But okay, Lord Thesaus, do you agree with all that?
Yeah, pretty much. The only problem I really see with it is just that last thing, hitbox, and I guess you could probably decrease a little bit of the hit stun, but for the most part, it's fine.
Okay. I would just say decrease a little bit, but I mean, if you're gonna balance the level 1, then
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's just that like what I feel about is like you throw it out there once, and it doesn't matter if they get close to you. They'll get hit by this weird freaking flinch thing. It's like, well, so much for that. I mean,
you get it out of the way.
I think the balance change here is reasonable. Like, you miss it once, you miss it. Like,
you shouldn't have the opportunity to combo off of your misses.
Yeah, because I've had times where someone air dodges my ice barrier, they get hit by the flinch, I ice ball, level 1. So, alright, let's move on to his last circle move, his beloved ice jump. So Viz, what would you do?
The grounded ice jump, I feel, is in a good place, and it took me till yesterday to realize it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me till what I try to do is try to be as fair as possible to other players, and so I decided, let me take a step back and look just how punishable that move is. And again, and this is nothing that we really can blame on anyone else, but this is all netcode. That move is punishable enough, assuming you read it. What happens though is because of the netcode, it will register it as a trade, and because of the launch effect of it, you've lost any kind of ability to punish it because you've been launched into the air. And again, I don't know how safe it is to really balance anything around the netcode. But as in the ground version, I think is fine. As for the aerial version, I'd decrease the AP of it in half. It serves no purpose in combos, and I think it's only a getaway tool. So dropping it to 10 AP from 20 is fine.
The aerial version should do how much AP?
10. It's both versions give 20 at the moment. I'll drop aerial version to because again, it's only a getaway tool. You're not gonna use it for combos. You're not gonna use it for anything else.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't, because like a combo move, should build like a good amount of AP. A getaway move should not build 20 AP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that it for his ice jump?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
How about the trading? Like the ice jump, the iceberg comes out when you hit him.
Again, this is and I hate to keep stressing it, but this is
netcode.
Yeah, a lot to do with the netcode. That move has a good a decent window for you to punish it, because what Cole does is crouches, and then he launches up, and it's only after he launches up the little block of ice comes out.
All right.
When you're playing, when you're playing under any kind of with decent or horrible lag, that ice, you don't see Cole crouching. You'll see him stop blocking, and then you'll see the ice barrier come out. So you end up trading with a move that you should have been able to punish. And again, I don't know how I would change anything with respect to avoiding netcode issues. I mean, I don't think it's a ground that we should start treating on without
Tell you
missing
this.
other.
Tell you this much: the netcode makes you think a lot about this game
Yeah,
in terms of balance.
So is that it, Viz?
yeah. I wouldn't touch anything else with the ice block.
Alright, Lord Theseus.
I agree with the AP decrease on the air version. I also had some people tell me that the air version, the ice block, comes out a little too fast. And personally, I think I would decrease the startup for the ice block just a little bit, but not too much to completely destroy the move. I still think it should be a good getaway tool, but it should not do 20 AP for it.
And it shouldn't be really fast either.
So,
Yeah. So I do.
startup.
And
Yeah.
that applies to both ground and air. Or just air.
No, the ground version is fine. It's punishable if this netcode says no.
Okay.
But,
So,
the
just,
air. Well,
so just increase the startup by a little bit, right?
yeah.
Well, I think, is that it for his ice jump?
Yeah.
And I think we've covered all his moves, so let's move on to his supers. And we're gonna start off with his most beloved one, his level 1.
The one that makes him so good.
Yes.
Straight off the bat, I'd increase it to 150 AP. That is it is one of the best supers in the game, hands down. Startup is fast, has a decent vertical hitbox above it.
It definitely has a good horizontal hitbox too.
Yep, yeah, it has a good horizontal hitbox. I mean, again,
Also
with all the changes that we've given Cole so far with respect to his moves, I feel that only an increase to his AP, to his meter, as in his AP ratio, would just finish it off. I mean, I don't think touching either hitbox is necessary, and I know there have been a lot of complaints about armoring through this, and I feel kind of bad saying it, but it's a lot of netcode issues because
Yeah.
it
Because
doesn't.
you can hit him out of it very easily offline.
Yeah, it doesn't happen offline. It does not.
Alright, Viz, so people have a lot of issues with Cole's level 1 and its hitbox, so how would you alleviate this?
Alright, currently as it stands, the hitbox of Cole's level 1 is about 1 PM1 square above his head. This is during the super animation where he crouches. Currently I think that's a bit too high because it being that fast and having that big of a horizontal hitbox, the vertical hitbox isn't needed with respect to just how many confirms he has, the cost of the super as it stands, and the amount of just him being an all-around great character. What I would do is decrease the hitbox, drop it by about half a square to still allow for him to have some confirms. It would allow for him to keep his higher confirms, but they would be a bit more strict, requiring solid timing, but it wouldn't so much as break the super or break the confirms that he has. So this would make him more cerebral and less brain dead without completely nerfing the character into the ground.
Okay.
Alright.
Now
That
let's.
was on to his level 2, his ice shard thingy. I can't even call it something, but yeah, his level 2. What would you do to...
His ionic freeze is fine as it is. I mean, it's a good super. It's not broken. It's
It's perfect. It gets the kill, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good super.
Confirming it to level 2 is okay, so,
Yeah, there's tons of confirms in level 2.
Yeah, you can't get rid of level 2 confirms anyways, so I'm okay with it.
Alright, so
So, no
that's-
change. Oh,
I guess
that's
no
yes.
change.
Hold on.
Yeah, level 2's fine.
Okay. So his level 3, the Ionic Tornado, Ionic Vortex.
First off, I would increase the AP cost of it to 750. This is assuming, however, that the subsequent changes are made. I would remove the random eject that it has, because as it stands, you can, in a 1v1 situation, you can get anywhere, you can get 1 or 2 kills. Sometimes it will throw the opponent out of the tornado pretty quickly. Sometimes it will take forever. I mean, I would like it to be standardized so that, you know, you use it, you get your 2 kills. The same thing.
So how long would you, like, how long would it like take to eject them?
Well,
if you were to balance it out, how long would you want it to take?
I think anywhere between 2 to 3 seconds would be fine for duration. 2 seconds would be fine in the tornado, because what happens is the turning of the tornado isn't as responsive as you would like. So if someone, for example, gets thrown into the tornado, they stay forever, come back down, respawn, use the invincibility frames from respawn, they can run into the tornado and roll back and then run go in the opposite direction, and the super will probably finish by then. You know what I mean? Just standardize it to 2 seconds, so that you get your 2 kills, you get your it's fine in.
Go ahead.
It's fine in FFA, so that it's the opponents get flung out after a specific duration. I would also allocate being thrown out of the tornado to button input. I mean, so that you could throw them out longer if you wanted to, but I mean, what you have that option, as in once it crosses that 2 limit, you can throw them out at 2 seconds. So I mean, you get your 2 kills in 1v1, or you can choose to throw them out a little bit later and let the opponents act as missiles like Cole's level 1. I mean, so for FFA purposes.
Oh,
Okay.
because like I was playing with you yesterday, I remember, and I pretty much dodged the second kill almost 3 out of 4 times.
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid, especially when that move's supposed to get you 2 kills.
But the cost of it, I think, should be moved. So, Lord Thesaus, your thoughts?
I pretty much agree with everything, though I don't really see the point in a button input for the eject.
I was just about to ask about that. I don't understand why. If you're gonna have it
Well,
at a
Viz
set,
explained it.
but I feel like if you're gonna have it at a set time, what's the point?
Alright, again, what I have to keep in mind is that we're balancing for all modes possible. With regards to that set time, you will be able to throw them out 2 seconds every time in a 1v1 situation. Say for example, there are people in an FVP now.
Okay.
There are people that don't get hit in the tornado, or are on the other side and don't get caught in it. You could choose to delay that, like, and say they get hit at the bottom of the tornado, and the person's not in it, are on a platform higher up somewhere else, like on Columbia. You could choose to throw the person's in the tornado out later as they rise in the tornado, so that you could get a chance to hit those guys on the platform.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. So you can use your opponents as projectiles to kill
Yeah,
other
exactly.
opponents. Okay.
I mean, we want more freedom. This is a level 3 that costs $750.
Yeah, definitely. That's fine. I agree with that then.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Right.
As in to cater to FFA if you want to use that option, or 1v1 where you just want to get them out.
Well, I'm not sure usually would have in 1v1.
Yeah, just get them out, get your 2 kills.
You control them. That's always a plus.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those are the only changes I would make. Just remove the random eject, standardize it, and the previous changes that I just listed.
So, Lord Thesaus, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So, is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, so as a TLDR, let's list all the changes that we want for G.Cole.
I can't remember all of them.
I understand.
So guys, glitches. G.Cole.
Well,
How many does he have?
He's ridiculed with glitches. Unlike Sackboy, however, whose glitches you find more a nuisance than anything else, Cole's glitches are more often than not they will cost you a stock. And it's very aggravating.
So those glitches hurt him more
Yeah.
than help him. Okay.
The armor glitch, everything. Anytime you get hit by a level 1 that you shouldn't have, or that you knocked him out of, or should have knocked him out, that's all netcode related.
Invisible
Is-
tether.
What'd you say?
Invisible tether.
Yeah. Don't
Jeez,
forget about that.
invisible tether.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that. Invisible tether. Sometimes people fall out of his level 3. Sometimes his level 3 doesn't move at all.
Okay.
Kill at all sometimes, because I've had instances where I was Jack and I just uppercutted the whole time and I couldn't be killed.
Yeah,
That's
So-
pretty interesting. I never knew about that.
yeah. His
It's funny.
outside of his tether, there aren't really any glitches to his moves. I mean, the trading like the ice barrier and the freeze rocket, that's all netcode related. But as far as glitches go, they're mostly to his level 1 and his level 3.
Do you mind?
Well, let's explain one with his level 2, shall we, Smash?
Okay, Vision, have you heard about this glitch with his level 2?
Which one? The one where it goes back and forth?
Yep.
Yes.
Go ahead and explain that to us.
Oh, well, basically how this works is that if Cole sends 2 level 2s back to back, they'll hit the opposite wall, traverse the stage completely, assuming there are no drop downs or no ledges, and then come right back again. I mean, he
So
can cover the entire stage, assuming there are no ledges. So on a flat stage like PM1, if Cole stands in the middle and does ionic freeze to whichever direction, he'll go in that direction, hit the wall, travel back all the way to the previous wall, and then come back to meet Cole.
And how many times does it go back and forth?
I guess if we were to call it an oscillation, it will go back 1.5 oscillations. I mean, it would go to the wall, go back to the stage. Actually, no, 2 oscillations. It will go to the wall, go back to the other end of the stage, and then come back to Cole. No, currently no, it's not possible because Cole cannot store 2 level 2s.
But if you go into training mode...
Yeah, you
let's
can do
have
it if you... Yeah.
You can do it in training mode, and I think it's more than 2 oscillations. I would consider it 4 because it goes to the wall, back, to the wall, back, and then halfway.
Yeah.
And,
But even then, I think it needs to really be addressed.
Oh,
If
definitely.
well, you see, the thing is, it never... Beforehand, it was never needed to... It wasn't an issue because Cole couldn't do it. I don't know how it would work online because we've never had that. It was
Okay.
never possible. And 2 separate codes can't do it either. It has to be from the same code.
Yeah.
I can
We
only
don't know what would
imagine.
happen because if
Yeah,
these,
it's
if the
it's
level
not
3
possible.
change... Sorry.
Yeah, it's not possible at the moment. No, with that level 3 change, Cole would be able to... Alright, we say we bump it up to 7. Actually, I don't think you could do it still.
How much does
I
his level
think
2
it's-
cost exactly?
I think 375.
If it costs 375,
He would get exactly a level 3.
yeah, never mind.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Never
do it.
mind.
Okay,
But yeah.
I can edit that part out. So
It's a funny glitch, so can we please keep it?
it's a funny glitch, but no, you shouldn't keep it. I can
Yeah.
only imagine, like, okay, if you did bump it up to 800, I can only imagine the horrors it would do, especially
Oh.
online.
If you were to make Cole's level 3 800, why would we do that? What?
750's max, I know, but still.
Okay, well, whatever. It still wouldn't work in general, even with the GG.
Yeah. And by the way, this was found by Marcus Soul.
Shout out to that band.
I know. Too bad he's not here.
Yep. But yeah.
Okay. But are there any other glitches?
Generally, no. I mean, the real issues just arise with because the very nature of Cole's level 1, because you can't actually see the hitbox. The
Mhm.
netcode messes it with it a lot, so you'll air dodge and you'll still get hit. You'll attack them, you'll still get hit. You'll knock them away, and then all of a sudden you're in the super and you get hit still. So I mean, it's really a lot to do with his level 1 and his level 3. I mean, outside of that, he doesn't have many glitches.
Aside from that level
Invisible
2
tether.
glitch.
Yeah, and the invisible tether.
Better place.
Lord Thesaus, do you know of any glitches that we didn't mention?
Nah, I don't really know any. Netcode too strong, bro.
So fix netcode, please.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know
Because
whether.
like the difference with other characters is netcode just is a nuisance to them. It's like derp, herp, dirt. It doesn't really matter to me. With Cole, it really makes him better in a lot of regards.
Yeah,
Level 1
definitely.
armor, why? Level 1 being able to do this, why? I don't know. But yeah, I think netcode should just be addressed. Well, should really be addressed for good Cole, because like it just makes him stronger.
But I think right now we should at least list all the netcode glitches.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
invisible
let's see,
tether.
one netcode glitch is with his up triangle, his rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it'll be invisible and come towards you. And
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I've
and
seen
other-
that.
Other times it'll just randomly fly through the ceiling, like off the screen.
Sometimes it goes somewhere in space and never comes down.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
oh yeah, it just flies up in the air and that's it.
And
yeah,
it's
and
his
when you hit someone with the lightning bolt, it's very confusing.
and also it's his invisible tether in online glitch.
Yes.
Is it possible offline?
To be honest, I really don't know. I really don't know.
I've only heard.
It's an online only thing. You only. See
I've never had any invisible tethers offline, so
Yeah.
I've had
That's
it
been-
multiple times against playing many Coles in my life cycle. But yeah, invisible tether is a thing.
Okay.
Yes, it is a thing. So please address that. Netcode too strong.
Please.
Please. But yeah,
Any other glitches?
No, not really.
No
No.
other netcode or
No. I mean, apart from the supers, the invisible tethers.
invisible?
I did,
Hold on.
I did think of one thing. This happens to both Coles. Sometimes opponents will jump and they'll be airborne for a split second, but then when Cole does the short hop down square, it'll teleport them back into the move. That's also another netcode.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
think
of
that's in general.
loud. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if that's netcode or if that's the actual move. But
No idea.
I don't know.
But I think that's about it, right?
But anything else? Viz, that's yes.
Not that I can think of.
Nope. Okay. Just give us a
Well-
quick TLDR of Cole.
Have fun, guys.
I'll let you.
As it stands, Cole is too strong a character. It rewards. He has the utility to deal with pretty much every situation. But that being said, some need to be tweaked to allow him to be punished by certain members of the cast. He shouldn't be the be all and end all of everything. So generally, tweak his random crumple, remove it. The rest of his square moves are fine. His triangle moves for the most part are pretty same as well. Decrease the neutral triangle speed by 2 frames. As for his circle moves, decrease the AP gained on his on his ice launch. Sorry, and actually allow the frost shield to work as it should offline.
And isn't that considered an online glitch?
It is very online, but it is really a big thing about him, and it really just needs to be addressed, honestly. Because, like, his shield not being able to work online is like, you have a move that works offline that doesn't work online. It really doesn't work.
That would mess up with his game.
Yeah. I mean, who knows how different he could be.
Okay.
Outside of that, all I can really say is tweak. There needs to be a lot of emphasis placed on addressing his level 1. As it stands, it's one of the best supers in the game, and it is too good for what Cole should be able to do. It makes him very one-dimensional and, for lack of a better word, brainless. Increase the AP cost, decrease the vertical range. His level 2 is fine as is. Increase the AP cost to his level 3. Allow standardized eject time as well as the option to eject the character with a button input after that threshold has been crossed, and give the opponents that have been ejected from the tornado the ability to net kills by slamming into other players.
I think another thing, something that you forgot was Ice Ball.
Yeah, you didn't mention Ice Ball.
Yeah, sorry. Decrease the duration of the freeze and the distance it travels from.
What about his down circle?
And remove the lasting hitbox that the ice barrier has, so that it is any punish from it is as a result of good reads, as opposed to the brainlessly throwing out a move that can't be dodged.
Okay.
Or it's difficult. That's Cole in a nutshell.
Alright, and with that we
also one little thing, the AM combo, make it a little faster. This one for you if you want.
Okay. And with that, with that, we have our Good Cole podcast. Keep in mind, guys, that this podcast is intended for Sony Santa Monica to hear about like the top or like some of the best players' ideas to balance a character. Please keep in mind this doesn't reflect everyone's opinions, but I do think at least everyone thinks that these top players' opinions should at least be taken in consideration. And with that, I'm your host, Smash and Crash.
Your co-host, Protonic Shadow.
Visionary 2012.
Hello, Thesaus.
And that's it, guys. Catch you later.
Yay!